friends, I am Payal, your own IELTS and study abroad expert. So a lot of students come to us for IELTS general training program because they want to apply for immigration in Canada. A lot of people want to take permanent residency in Canada for a bright future, a good quality life and a secure and stable future for the next generation. So a lot of people look at it as an opportunity to give a wonderful life to their children. So while you calculate your CRS score based on which your applications that you submit to the Canadian government are ranked, you might find that the CRS score is not enough for you to get an ITA, which is invitation to apply from the federal government. So in this video, we're going to discuss a lot of interesting things. A lot of students come to us and they ask us that how can we improve that CRS score? What is the most that we can do? So the key takeaways of this video is we're going to talk about a little bit about CRS score. We've already covered it in detail in the last video, which you can also listen to. Then we're going to talk about IRCC. Then we would also discuss on different ways that we can boost our CRS score. That would really help you to improve your profile and get a higher score. And higher the CRS score, higher are the chances to get invitation to apply, which is ITA, which would lead you to get permanent residency in Canada. Now let's start with this. What is Canada Express Entry system? It is one of the fastest ways through which the skilled immigrants can submit their profiles every year. It's an electronic system that manages the applications submitted by skilled and qualified immigrants. So under the Express Entry, the applications which are submitted, they have a CRS score which is calculated based on the candidate's profile, and these applications are ranked and picked up by the federal government. So this CRS scores, which is comprehensive ranking system. So this is a point system which basically ranks the applications of the immigrants and decides the criteria. And based on this ranking and the points that your application carries, it becomes easier for the federal government to decide which applications are eligible for the process. So comprehensive ranking system CRS score is calculated on the basis of the education, age, experience, the skill transferability factors, the English proficiency scores, so any second language like French, or if the candidate has some Canadian work experience, etc. So you would get points from each of these, which are going to be added up to give you a cumulative CRS score. Now let's try to understand what is IRCC. It is Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada. So this basically facilitates the arrival of the immigrants in the country. It helps to protect the refugees and also helps them to settle in Canada. So it has basically two purposes. It grants the citizenships to the to the international people, the immigrants, or as you say, refugees, and it also issues the travel documents like passports to Canadians. So once the applications are submitted in the pool, then the profiles would stay in the pool, would be valid for a year. And simply waiting for an ITA and not doing anything to boost your scores would not really help, because you would waste all your money if you do not get an ITA within a year. And if you want to take it after that, you will have to do the entire procedure again. So one key feature of this express entry system is that if you want to submit or re-upload any documents, or you want to submit some additional documents, that can be easily done within that 1 year period. And you can try and boost your scores also, because that would increase your chances of getting ITA, which is invitation to apply. So let's discuss now what are the different ways through which you can boost your scores. So the first important point is keep a broad perspective. So if you are a well-educated person, you might just keep focusing on education, but then you should look at all the factors that would help you get the points. And even if there's a little improvement in, say, 2 or 3 factors, it would probably impact your entire score a lot and help you increase your CRS score significantly. So the next important way through which you can improve your CRS scores is get a provincial nomination. So, different provinces in Canada, they have, priority for different skill sets. And so you should stay alert. You should stay up to date with the latest information and stay abreast with the latest news, because these, provinces, they keep updating their websites on the requirements of the skill sets that they have. And based on that, you could always apply for, provincial nomination, and your application could be picked up if you happen to have that particular skill set. So if you happen to have the skill set which is needed by a certain province, you could definitely apply for it. PNP program, which is Provincial Nomination Program. And if your application is picked up in the lucky draw, you would get a lot of extra points, and then you have very high chances to get ITA immediately. So, getting a provincial nomination would really help you to increase your points a lot and increase your chances of getting an ITA. The next important point is try to get a job offer. So there are various, comprehensive job search websites where you could apply. And, but, if you are not in Canada, it's a little difficult to get a job, because if you apply in those portals, they would ask for a PR, because otherwise they can't offer you a job. So it kind of becomes a little tricky. So visiting Canada and, and meeting different Canadian employers would really help. And they would also get confidence about your seriousness of, coming to Canada and getting settled, because you've traveled all the way and you are appearing for interviews and meeting different employers. That would really help you to get a good job offer. That would increase your, chances. And if you look at the whole thing, you are making a very important decision of your life. Moving from one country to another, there's going to be a lifestyle change and there are going to be different opportunities. So it really makes a lot of sense that you visit that country before and be 100% sure about the decision that you are making, because there's going to be a lot of efforts involved as well. So this would help you get those extra 200 points, and that would bring you to the high rank and increase your chances as well. That would maximize your chances of success. The next important factor is if you could apply with your spouse, because you could get an additional 40 points from the education, experience and the age of the spouse. You could get about 10 points from the age, about 20 points from the English proficiency scores, and few more points if they worked, from the work experience. So you could get additional 40 points if you apply with the spouse. So the next important factor that you could consider if you want to boost your CRS scores is boost your education. So if you do those 1-year degree diploma programs, it would get you at least 15 to 30 points. And if you plan to do your bachelor's there, you could get up to 170 points as well. So it all depends on what kind of course are you doing. So a lot of people are thus taking, study route as one of the, good ways to get immigration, because you would get a lot of extra points from the Canadian education, and that would help you build up that profile when you apply for your PR while you are in Canada. And you would always be given, a preference, because you're already staying in Canada, than over any immigrant from any other country outside Canada. Now, one last factor that could help you increase your scores is get some work experience. Now, increasing your work experience in any other country outside Canada may not help. It may not be that valuable. But yes, if you have, Canadian work experience, it would really help. Because they have a logic behind it, that if you have worked in the country, you know the rules, you know the work culture. So therefore, they want to give you that added advantage by giving you some additional points if you have some Canadian work experience, because then it would get very easy for you to settle in a country where you've already worked before, because you're aware of the culture. So I hope this video was very useful. And most of my students who are doing IELTS general training with us would definitely go through these videos and understand what CRS score and the entire immigration system is, and try to think positively on how they can boost their CRS scores to get an ITA to go for PR. So I'm sure you have a lot of learnings, and this is something that you're going to use. So we would help you realize your dreams by helping you achieve your ideal IELTS scores, so that you can get the maximum number of points that you can get from your English proficiency exam, IELTS general training. So normally we need 8,777, which is 8 in listening and 7 minimum in each of the modules, reading, writing and speaking. But higher the score, you will get more points, and that will definitely strengthen your profile. So reach out to us for any kind of assistance, and we're always there to help you to fulfill your international dreams. And if you want us to make video on any topic, please feel free to drop it in the comments section below, and we'll come back to you ASAP with all the content as you desire. If you haven't subscribed to us till now, do not forget, subscribe to us right now. Otherwise, you're missing a lot of important information on different aspects of foreign education, or maybe immigration, these competitive exams, IELTS, etc. We would help you realize your dreams. So subscribe to us today and like and share this video with everyone. Thank you.